And you're welcome back. It's the biggest breakfast in television. It is Prime Morning with me, Daniel Dazzy, and we're here with the lovely lady in the dash of pink.
I just had to, sprinkle it all over
Charlie,
the place.
it's amazing. You're looking so good this morning.
Thank you. Oh my God, you always know how to make a girl feel good about herself.
Well,
did you go to school to learn that? Is that one of the courses at Butchery?
Well, they teach us to be gentlemen at Infanspim, so yeah.
Oh, that's why you share a table with me, right? That's good. Yeah, that's really nice.
That's why every man should.
That's why you come and leave your phone on the table and leave half of your breakfast on the table. But it's good to see you.
Too much information, my dear. Too much information.
They could pay me, I could tell them more.
But it's good to see you anyway. Let me also say good morning to MFA Kosia Deti. She buried her mum over the weekend.
Yes, she did.
We're in the Volta region to help her out.
Yeah.
It's a very solemn occasion.
I know she's going through a tough time, but there's one thing I know about her. She's a tough woman.
Yeah.
And there's nothing she can't over.
Very, very strong. Very strong. So anyway, let's get to it, shall we? It's time for News Flash. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And you're welcome back. Let me start you off with the Chronicle newspaper. You know we love to do this. A wise man thinks ahead, a fool doesn't, and even brags about it.
Huh?
A wise man thinks ahead.
Are you sure it's still there?
A fool does not, and even brags about it. Proverbs 13:16. Charlie, but you know what a Chronicle is teaching me is that the Bible, there are lots of interesting things in there.
Very, very, very interesting things. You can be so shady sometimes, my darling.
Charlie, it makes me feel like I didn't mean cancer. Anyway, the audit report says NDC officials chopped 354 million Ghana cedis cocoa board cash. That's what it says here. Also, Akufo-Addo fulfills promise to construct 111 hospitals. Also in the audit report, Zoom Lion paid 3.8 million Ghana cedis for no work done. Police raid den of land guards at Chopoli and arrest kingpins, and suspected Nkoko cop killer smoked out. That's it here. Well,
on the Daily Guide, I still have the chop here. It says 12.8 billion Ghana cedis lost to MDAs. Chop. And the Auditor General's picture is here, Johnson Kwame Siedu. And then I also have the agenda. 111 hospitals take off. And there's a picture of the Information Minister here as well. Serial killer caged. The suspect being escorted by the security personnel. That's a picture. And Galamsey gets him back on. And Cobra. Why?
Well, Galamsey
have we slowed down with our fight on Galamsey?
It's a good question for government. I know that's the Operation Halt campaign. They sent out a number of soldiers to different parts of the country. They were moving from one pass to the other, rather than, having everyone everywhere at the same time.
I think one of our worst nightmares would be the fact that we destroy our water bodies and then it will get to a point that we won't have good drinking water. Yeah, and it was projected by
2030, Ghana would have to be importing water.
And that is scary.
Very, very,
that a country that is still trying to develop will have to import water. That is very essential.
Very, very
How much
essential.
will go around for every one of us? Let's think about it.
Because if we all have to buy water, of course, we'll go to the richest. Anyway, you know what? Let's do the Daily Statesman newspaper.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Let me stop you a bit. It says top coaches show hearts coach love. I think he says top Ghanaian coaches, including Ibrahim Tanko and Michael Osei, were in Kumasi on Saturday to rally support for the Hearts of Oak head trainer Samuel Boydu on his wedding ceremony. And I love weddings. It's beautiful.
Yep.
And Messi Ramos watch as PSG down Strasbourg. And that'll be, I can't wait to see all of them play together. Especially with Ramos. I'm a Ramos girl.
Yeah, Ramos girl.
Oh yes, he doesn't do anything bad in
Do you know what that means you are?
What does it mean?
Ramosina.
Oh, thank you. I like that name.
That was back in the day. I knew this lady. I'm tempted to mention her name, but I won't. She was in my GSS. And she came to school one day and she said, my name is Jesus Lina. Yep.
But that's a good name to give to yourself.
Yeah,
that means you're very close to the heart of Jesus.
You see, they're at the heart of it too, because the behavior too didn't really look very. This is why later
that is your opinion. That is your opinion. Should be like the Mrs. Lina. We are close to God. We are very close to
Daily
God.
Statesman newspaper. Double salary scandal at Ghana Standards Authority. Former executive director to cough out 342,068 Ghana cedis. Also, Agenda 111 hospital projects begin tomorrow. Ghana Health Service cautions against new deadly Marburg virus. They say this Marburg virus looks like Ebola, actually.
Oh yeah, I read something about it.
Yeah, it's already killed someone in Guinea.
Yeah. It came up first. Which country?
Guinea.
Guinea, yes.
Yeah, so it's there, and the WHO has issued an alert for, you know,
and I know
all
they've sent some personnel to go, investigate and everything.
Exactly.
Oh, we haven't even finished dealing with Delta Airlines. Now we have to go to
So Marburg Airways. Anyway, it also says here that the Bono East region will get a new university. President Akufo-Addo picture there, no?
Well, I have the Daily Graphic with me, and on the front page, the picture of the acting IGP here, Dr. George Ekuffo-Dampare. He says, the headline is Effective Police Administration, New Region Created. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then I still have the Agenda 111 project takes off tomorrow, and 170,000 people to get Johnson & Johnson jab. And there's one other story headline, Accra Bible in the offing to give impetus to Let's Make Accra Work initiative. Okay.
Accra what's in the offing, pardon me?
Accra Bible in the offing.
As in Bible, I kind.
Bible, yes.
Hey, okay.
Yes.
So
now, I thought you knew that one.
Yeah, it seemed a bit off for me.
Yes, and behind it, the torrential rains hit the Upper West region, and this doesn't look too good behind there. Why do we have to always deal with it when we know the rainy season period and stuff like that, and we could work towards it, and then we can avoid all the flooding? People wouldn't lose their property, lives wouldn't be lost.
When you think about it, it's like flooding. We celebrate it like Christmas. Every year it comes.
And it's as if, it's here, let's go with it. I don't know. Do we, is it that we don't prepare adequately for the times and the seasons?
I know that.
Or it's not a bother for us.
If you take Accra, for instance.
Yes.
If you take Accra, for instance, the investments that is needed for us to stop the flooding in Accra, it was quantified under former President Mills, who has now passed on. It was quantified again under President Mahama when Samson Ahi. So when it was President Mills, it was a $66 million Conti project.
Yeah.
When I remember Samson Ahi as Deputy Works and Housing Minister, that time it was Water Resources Works and Housing under John Mahama, also came up with another project. And under Samuel Atachia, he said that in the Circle area, you need investments of about $10 million. And then he said that, there's a Greater Accra Resilience Project that is looking at the entire Greater Accra flood basin. It's a $200 million World Bank project. We've been talking about it. You wonder. And then when Francis Asenso-Boakye came to, he said, they're going to deal with the flooding issues.
And we're still dealing with it.
Yes, we haven't even started dealing with it. We're still talking about dealing with it.
So we're still at the talking stages.
Thank you.
Now, what do we, that's one question I hope we can talk about. What do we as a citizenry need to do? What action do we need to take? Because if there's a dream and we want to work with our flooding and we don't make an action, it's just a wish.
It's a good point that you raised. I think that our sanitation is really poor.
It's very
poor. Our sanitation management
People
in Ghana
still
is really
think
poor.
that when it rains, they can put rubbish in the drainage and it will carry it away. But unfortunately, it gets choked, and then that's where the flooding stuff. I don't know if we have to start with education in our various languages.
We are trying to do a lot with our Clean Ghana campaign. The other day, I know Manuel has been hitting the streets with AMA officials.
See, there's one documentary of him trying to get a little boy a very good place, and that was amazing. Manuel, congratulations to you on that one. That was a very good job done, because that would have been different. But the Clean campaign, I think we all should get involved in it, and let's work it out. Really.
Maybe we should bring them on Prime Morning sometime.
We should. We should. Anyway, and on page 65 of the Daily Graphic, youth must innovate, be business-minded. Education Minister. I think it's something we all should look into these days.
Must be business-minded.
Yes.
We formed our business here. So it was J Meda Incorporated, so we should add maybe J Medana or Naja Meda.
What are we selling?
We haven't decided yet.
We have to have that meeting immediately and decide. I can sell Gary sharp.
Oh.
So you know the person who sold Gary and made $1 million will make $2 million.
The final newspaper. ECG paid 182.5 million Ghana cedis capacity charges to Senate Energy, which supplied power for only 2 months. Eesh. Whilst reporting 24.3% system losses in 2018. Why am I seeing so many stories about money that we've lost this morning?
And that doesn't look good.
Auditor General reports
12.8 billion.
ECG, and then there's a double salary scandal, 348,000.
And I see boss fingered in $39 million.
Fictitious contracts under NDs. Hey, it's an issue. Anyway, let me finish off with the finder. New Joabing South MCE and 2 drivers' unions are in a tussle over a lorry station. 95 million Ghana City Assembly's Common Fund cash used to build private entity. Again, another waste of money here.
There's an interesting story here we should look at. Okay.
Ghana heightens border surveillance over Marburg and Ebola, and the lack of isolation centers hampering COVID-19 fight in Eastern region. All right, let's go ahead. Now,
there's an interesting story here. We talked about SNIT and money lost the last time. AG's reports, SNIT recovers $4.15 million from $11.79 million lost through liquidation of 3 companies. Are we going somewhere from there? Okay. And also health sector all set for the agenda 111. That one we've discussed from the various papers. We've seen that already. We also seen a 24-hour torrential rain causes havoc in the Upper West region, which is unfortunate. It has actually washed roads away, properties destroyed, many have been rendered homeless. That's the part I don't like at all. Renting people and losing property and stuff.
Yeah, it's terrible stuff. It's terrible stuff. Look, don't forget to send us a text via WhatsApp. You can see the number at the bottom of your screen at any time in the show. Yeah. Shoot us a message. We'll definitely read it. Or comment on our Facebook live stream. We want you to be a part of the show. But now that ends it, doesn't it?
Finally, let me give you a last one. Volta regional health officials worried about COVID-19 spread in the region.
The COVID-19 thing is very serious.
This Delta variant scares me a lot. We all need to be extra careful.
You know the number of deaths has crossed 900.
Okay.
The total number of deaths.
Right now?
We are hearing a lot of, The total number of active cases now 6,200 thereabouts. And the number of deaths. The last update, we updated, there were more than 400 new cases. And we are seeing cases in the hundreds being added up every day.
We need to take extra careful. Be extra careful.
Very, very careful.
Extra care. Yeah. Mask up, keep washing your hands with soap and running water.
I was with my barber yesterday, and this was such a turnaround because when COVID first struck, he told me he doesn't believe there's COVID because he hasn't seen anyone with the disease. And I told him that, look, I know at the time, I knew 3 people who had died. This was back in March, April 2020.
2020.
Yeah. I know people who had died. So I told him, look, bro, you need to be careful. Yesterday, he brought up the conversation. He said that he knows 8 people.
No way.
Who are in critical condition as we speak.
No way.
Yeah.
So now he believes it.
He's been masking up for the longest time. He always masks up when I go and see him. But it was so scary for him to tell me that because he brought it up. He was like, Charlie, he personally knows he can count 8 people who are in critical condition. It's not like they are just sick. They are stuck at home. Yeah. So, guys, we can't say it enough. Let's be careful.
Yeah, please. And if you haven't been infected yet, you should just thank God for it because you're doing something else. Just mask up, keep washing your hands with soap and running water. Sanitizing your hands, keep going ahead. Do it every chance you get.
Yes,
every single chance.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to take a quick breather now.
Yep.
There's a lot more coming up on the biggest breakfast in television. Stay with us.